Hi, my name is David P. Shapiro. I'm the owner and managing partner of the law office of David P. Shapiro, located in San Diego, California, where my firm helps good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime. This video, I want to talk to you about a ghost gun, what that means, and why it's taken so seriously by federal prosecutors, by state prosecutors, and why it is one of the hot button items that we're hearing about on the news. We're hearing about politicians saying it. It's arguably which came first, right? Or the prosecutors going after it, or the politicians talking about it first. But bottom line is, it's here to stay. The harsh prosecution of those who are in possession of a ghost gun, let alone those who are alleged to have used a ghost gun. So let's break it down. First, what's a ghost gun? Ghost gun's a gun that's not traceable, or at least it's not traceable in the sense that there's usually not an identifying number. It's either rubbed off, it's altered, whatever the case may be, because that way that gun cannot be tracked, right? So in a car, you have your VIN number. Your VIN number you buy a car in San Diego, your vehicle winds up in Maine. They could trace it by the VIN number. Hey, that's the VIN number of the car that was stolen from my house in downtown San Diego. Guns are very similar in this sense, and it's really important to be able to trace who has a gun, who's legally registered to a gun, where that gun is moved throughout the country, and who may have been in possession of that gun over the years. And what a ghost gun does is it makes it more difficult to trace it. And a lot of times, if not all the time, there's a reason for that, because that gun is being used in some sort of a criminal enterprise, or at least it's alleged, whether it's protection for moving drugs, whether it's to conduct armed robberies, whether it's being passed around throughout a criminal street organization, whether a gang or otherwise. And that's something that prosecutors are cracking down on, certainly state and at the federal level. So just because you may I don't have a record, I'm 18, I'm 19 years old, big deal, they caught me with a ghost gun. It could go federal, and even if it doesn't, you're looking at serious time in state court. And I say this not to scare you or not to, try and dissuade anyone from walking around the streets with a ghost gun, although certainly as a citizen, you don't want to do that. We want to have guns off the street. We want to have guns handled safely, that are registered, that are traced. But the reality of the situation is that there's always going to be some level of illegal guns or untraceable guns out on the street. It's just important to know that if you're watching this video, in all likelihood, either you or a loved one have already been caught with it. It has already likely been seized. So you need to know what you need to do now, right? What do you need to know about your future, about your prospects of your freedom, prospects of your reputation if caught with a ghost gun? And like anything else in a criminal court case, you don't want to volunteer information without at least first speaking to an attorney. You want to politely decline to answer any questions by law enforcement. You want to, exercise your Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination. You want to make sure that you speak to a quality, locally experienced criminal defense law firm before even considering talking in any way, shape, or form about that gun, where you got it, did you know it was stolen? Did you know it was untraceable? Whatever the case may be. Keep your mouth closed. There's no benefit talking at all in many instances, and certainly not at least until you speak to a qualified, locally experienced criminal defense firm. So definitely something to be taken seriously. Hope you do. Hope you don't find yourself in this position, first and foremost, because we hope you're not out there with a ghost gun. But if you do, can't do anything about what has already happened, but you do have a significant amount of control over your future, and in many instances over your freedom. So, if you find yourself in this situation, feel free to reach out to my firm. We definitely will point you in the right direction. Hopefully we'll be able to help you get through this situation and get you the best outcome possible. 619-295-3555. Again, my name is David Shapiro, San Diego criminal defense lawyer.